Welcome to the law in AC, the street corridors. That's the law and street corridors. Street corridors, what happens in the streets and corridors of justice. We are going to discuss what happened last week. Number one is about the issue of homosexuality, gays, human lesbianism, LGBTQ plus. What the Supreme Court says about the interest to register the organization, the social status of the same, and what the law says about whether is it legal or not legal. And do we recognize in the country? Do we recognize them, or do the law recognize them, or do we have a punishment for such kind of act? So let's do this. These guys went to court. They wanted the organization to be registered by the NGO board so that they can be recognized in terms of operations and handling their things. And we find that some of the issues that they raised before court is that they went there for they said they were discriminated and they were not given an opportunity to register as legal as Kenyans. So let's go to what does the Constitution say about them. So if you go from Article 27 going down to 31, I think it clarifies every Kenyan's the right that all Kenyans have, the right to association, the right of expression, freedom to freedom to picket, to demonstrate, right not to be discriminated, and all that, and the right to life. So we find that all these people, they fall under that group. What is the social status of the same? Let's say gayism, lesbianism is a sexual orientation, is a choice. It is not a religion, it is not a race, it is not a lifestyle. So they does not require any speciality in terms of treatment. So if we say that them now they should be treated in a special way as compared to the people who do other things, that will be wrong. So because you being a gay should not affect the other party. It's a sexual orientation. The same way as someone can decide to go for the same sex, the opposite sex, the same way another person have decided to go for the same sex. And the law protects all of us in terms of association and relation and doing everything in public. And again, the law protects all of us the right to privacy. That's from our Constitution, whereby when you close the door, now that's where the law does not come in. So it means the issue of lesbianism and gayism are issues of behind us. They are non-issue as a country, because everyone is allowed to express himself, to associate with any person they want, and to express their sexual feelings. So if any person agrees to forever sexual feelings, is okay. But if we say that we should give them a special treatment as if they are marginalized in one way, I think that is not right, because it's a sexual choice. If we decide to give them that particular choice, what will happen to transgender people who are not able, people who are born with two organs? So what will happen to them? Because now those are the special group that maybe not everyone is expressing the same. So I think that for us to accept them, these are the things that they need to do. One, you being a gay should not be a special thing. Number two, you being gay does not make you greater or better than a person who is not gay, who is straight. Number three, they must be able to accept themselves before we accept them. If you are a man and you want to behave like a woman and you want to be treated, you want us to respect you as a woman, you must first accept that you are a man and your sexual orientation is for the other men but not women. But you behaving like a woman doesn't know. If you are a woman and you have a sexual expression towards fellow women, you must accept first that you are a woman before you start behaving like a man. So if we start having such direct discussions, it means that we'll avoid the issue of hypocrisy, whereby a man wants to be treated, to be given women treatment, and women want to be given men treatment, whereas this is just a sexual orientation whereby it has nothing to do with the other party. If you expect your other person to, and the person accepts to be your sexual partner, it is fine. But you should not behave in public as if you are vulnerable, as if you are marginalized. It's a normal sexual orientation. And if you go to the other developed countries whereby people practice these things, you realize that it is not something serious. It's just a normal life. A man has decided to go for a man instead of going for a woman. So it should not have any speciality in terms of let's protect this person, let's give them special treatment. So I think them giving an opportunity to register their NGO is fine. They can register, they can associate, but they should ensure that they are there as per the laws of this country. Let's go to the other side of what does the law say? Do we recognize it? Our president has always said, our former president, the current president, have always said that it is a non-issue to us. It must appear to be a non-issue, but for sure it's an issue that needs to be addressed. The government and the country and the state need to take a stand on the issue of homosexuality or on the issue of LGBTQ, so that we know that as a country where do we stand. Do we have opposition countries like Uganda decided to take a position? Countries like Zimbabwe Zimbabwe, they decided to take a position. Who are we? We need to take a position as a country so that everyone can be protected. Though everyone is protecting the constitution, there is no one, whether gay, whether straight, everyone is protecting the constitution, but we need to have a stand so that we know at a country this is where we stand. And if you go to our constitution does not go into specifics about the homosexuality, about the criminality of it. But our penal code, this thing is enshrined in our penal code in terms of what happens when someone carries out a homosexual activity. There is a punishment. I think it should be 14 years to 21 years in jail. So the law does not allow. In law, it is illegality. It can't be accepted. But as per the normal association, normal expression and association that people have in the society, it's like a normal thing. And if you go now that you see Kenya, the signatory to a CCPR of 1986, 1966, it has granted the humanitarian rights. It means everyone operates at the equal level, regardless of your position, regardless of your race, regardless of class. So I think that these people should be given the opportunity to do what they want to do, but they should do it as per the law. The law protects all of us when the law is closed. The law gives us an opportunity to do what we want to do. But again, we must respect the law when we're in the public so that when they are behaving, they don't behave as if they're marginalized. There is nothing like marginalization. The gayism and lesbianism and people who are straight, all of them stand to achieve the same thing. The difference that the gays have decided to go for the behind, and the straight people have decided to go for the front. So there is not much difference. At the end of the day, it's a sexual expression. So I think as a country, we should have a stand, and number two, we should not judge. And churches should also come very straight. We have seen churches like the CITAM coming out and they're saying that we don't agree. But the CITAM church is not clear and outright on what they really want, because what they should say, it is a sin and it is there. They should not say that it is a sin and say that it is something that there's a room for discussion. There is no room for discussion. We've seen churches like Lejo Maria from Lonyans also saying that it is a sin. We've seen very many churches coming out there saying it's a sin. That is what we want to see, and we want them to take very serious actions. And what is the legal approach? I think people should go back to the Supreme Court for the review of the judgment in respect, so that we can have proper clarification on specific issues, so that we can have proper direction from the Supreme Court. And there is a chance, and it's very possible for this opinions and judgment for the Supreme Court to be reviewed. People can still go to court and say that we want this particular judgment to be reviewed. So these particular judges, they should go petition the court or the Supreme Court to review or to express further or to clarify on what they said in that particular judgment, so that as a country we can be in the safe space where everyone is protected and there is no one that is victimized because of his sexual orientation or